very lovely actress. Brooke has just completed 3 movies back-to-back. Would you welcome, please, Brooke Adams. Brooke. How are you, Brooke?
Good.
3 movies in a row?
Yeah.
Are any of them out yet?
No, none of them are out yet, but...
Well, that's unusual, isn't it? Or isn't it? I don't know.
No, I mean, what, to do 3 movies back-to-back? That's, for me,
Well, I mean,
that's
to have the
unusual,
third movie before the first one was out, or the second out before the first. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, what kind of movies? They're all horror pictures. There are a lot of them, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, the first one is a horror movie. Roger Corman's company did it. Famous for horror, low-budget movies. This one was called The Unborn. I play a woman who can't get pregnant, and my husband and I go to a doctor for an in vitro pregnancy and find out later in the story through other women who were also at that same doctor's office that the doctor has been monkeying around with the genes of the babies.
Yeah, that's bad news, all right.
Sounds like trouble.
I hate it when
When
that
you say
happens.
monkeying around, is that a play on words?
No.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, but that's good. No, this is the babies have like one more chromosome than we do. The babies are going to be superhuman,
Right.
incredibly smart, incredibly strong, and as a result, my body is trying to reject the baby. It's like a disease
I
going
wouldn't reject
inside.
your body, but I can see why. It just came to mind. I don't want to throw anything away. So your body rejects the baby, or the baby rejects your
Well,
body?
your body tries to reject the baby, but because the baby is so strong and smart, the baby holds on, and in many cases the mother dies, but the baby survives.
So that was the last one you did.
That was the first one I did.
All right. Now,
And I see that as a film about a couple that shouldn't have.
yes, yeah, there are people who shouldn't intermingle. What was the, or even date, as a matter of fact. What was the second one
The
called?
second one was called Sometimes They Come Back.
Now, what's this about? Sometimes they come back.
It's very relative.
Yes.
This is it's based on a Stephen King short story, and it's a movie actually for television about these basically dead, decaying, grotesque cadavers that can burst into your home unbeknownst to you and wreak havoc. Or they can pretend they're just normal teenagers.
So nobody notices the difference. Well, that sounds fascinating. Dead, decomposing cadavers who break into your home and do things. What do you don't play one of those, do you?
No, they broke into my home, and I do a lot of screaming and panting and running. And
Okay, that was number 2.
And
Now, I
then
suppose the third one is a
third
musical,
one-
maybe?
No,
I
the
guess
third
not,
one
huh?
is the most horrific of all. I play the mother of 2 teenage daughters.
Is it a horror?
No, it's not a horror
Oh.
film. It's kind of a light relationship story.
Which would you
I play a
rather do,
waitress.
though? Which would you rather do? Why do people like they do? I mean, the
do
crazy.
horror?
Yeah, because you can really.
I don't
chew
know. I
up a
don't know
little
that
bit.
I would say I like to do it. Well, you can chew up the scenery,
Yeah.
which is fun. But I get asked to do it. I guess is the reason I do it.
Vincent Price, I remember, said he always loved to do those kind of pictures. He's a marvelous actor, but he said he could get in there and just have a great time
Yeah.
and be as villainous as he wanted to be.
The very first movie I ever did was a horror movie called Shockwaves, which
That pops up on cable now and then, doesn't it?
way too often for my taste.
Shockwaves. I forgot the plot of that.
This was
Dead,
an
composing,
unsuspecting, unsuspecting tourists on a boat traveling through the Devil's Triangle off of the coast of Miami bump into a ship on which some dead, decomposing Nazi mutants.
Boy, that's double jeopardy. That's double trouble. Nazi mutants.
Nazis aren't bad enough. They
But
gotta be mutants.
You gotta be mutants.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Mutants that they can now live underwater and breathe salt water.
Ah, of course. They're the best kind.
Aquanazis.
Now you say, are you good at these when you have to scream, or do they bring in something? I've seen actresses who do sound effects where they can do horrifying screams. Can
I
you-
think I do a good scream.
Would you do?
want me to do a scream?
Why not?
now?
Would you? You've seen, you walk in, you're on the boat, you go down below, you open the door, and there's one of these Nazi teenage decomposing mutant, whatever, and you open the door, and what would you say? Okay, okay. Good
Now-
scream.
now,
Good
thanks.
scream.
On the first one, though, actually, we never had the Nazi decomposing mutants there, so we were just told, they will be terrible when we bring them in.
That's another thing they do in a lot of these movies. They shoot it out, and the actors or
Yeah.
actresses never see what they're reacting to, so you've got to pretend that it's all there.
Yeah, you've got to pretend it's all there, and then later, you're going that and running and heaving, and there, is one little guy, he's coming
Running
up
and
out of
heaving.
the water.
Running and heaving, these are a few of my favorite things. His mind's just on a cog is out of there. You lived in Spain for a while. Did you work there or just live there?
No, I just lived there. I lived the life of sort of a Spanish housewife.
That's a
Although I
good
wasn't
place for
married.
it. Good place for it.
Yeah, I had, actually, I spent 4 years cooking, cleaning, shopping, ironing, and
steady.
dreaming.
I mean, without a break. This interview, I'm just pawing around here. So why did you do
I
that?
had a very fertile imagination while I was ironing, though. I used to imagine that I was on this talk show that was kind of the Tonight Show of Spain called
Right.
Estudio Uno, and I would be interviewed all the time about the movies that I had just done. Yeah.
You just played a role.
Yeah. And the weird part about this was that I imagined that I'd just seen Sean Connery in a movie, I can't remember what it was, and I loved him, and so I imagined that I had just done a movie with him, and cut to 4 years later, I was in Spain doing a movie with Sean Connery. You see?
Nostradamus lives. We're going to take a break. Stay where you are. We're coming right back. Doesn't Sean live in Spain?